In the week the Gillard government determined to roll out its contentious carbon tax, international heavy hitters landed on our shores, joining the campaign to cut emissions and help business cash in on the emerging green economy. Sir Richard Branson wasn't going to miss the moment, the entrepreneur launching the Aussie chapter of his carbon war room at the Creating Climate Wealth Summit in Sydney, warning against introducing a price on carbon ahead of a global agreement being reached.
As far as the carbon tax is concerned, I think ideally it should be done any tax should be done on a global basis.
But he says Australia should be moving towards a low carbon economy.
Clean energy companies should be encouraged to produce clean energy, and that we need to rapidly move to energy sources that are not polluting the atmosphere. Virgin spends all the profits from the Virgin Group spends all the profits we make from our airline industry in developing clean fuels, and we've announced today that the eucalyptus tree we think has the possibility of being a fuel for the future to fuel Virgin Australia planes and other people's planes, and we'll be investing a lot of money in that as a potential fuel.
And with Australia's green economy valued at more than $15 billion, there's plenty of opportunities for business. Janine Cahill, key to bringing Branson's Carbon War Room to Sydney, says she expects the green sector to grow rapidly over the next 20 years.
There's enormous opportunity to grow, and it will actually start to accelerate over the next 5 years, and then beyond that actually grow quite exponentially. So it'll mean even more growth. And we expect it to reach the global value of that market. It's expected to be between 1.5 trillion and 5 trillion by 2020. So even within the next 10 years, a phenomenal growth. And Australia is uniquely positioned to actually take advantage of that growth because of its position within Asia. It has the opportunity to actually grow products here, but also to test them here and to take them into the Asian markets.
With the resolve of governments worldwide to address climate change issues decidedly uncertain, is it better that businesses take responsibility for implementing market-driven solutions?
50% of renewable projects are actually viable today. And it is a big market failure for whatever reason that businesses are not looking at it in that light. And part of it is that it's a complex problem. So businesses are invested in old assets that actually are not the best for carbon. They're have large carbon footprints. So it becomes problematic for them to actually address it. And I think that's why there has been a lot of inertia. We need a very sophisticated discussion around this. So how do you move from some old assets that are heavy in carbon emissions and move to new assets that are free of carbon emissions? There's lots of good reasons to look at it as possible hedging by investing in clean technologies, but there's lots of ways that it could be looked at. And I think that's the market failure. And it is up to business to drive the agenda, as well as government. But it really is a business issue.
If anything, the Creating Climate Wealth Summit highlights a different approach to bringing about change, framing the climate change challenge as one of an opportunity, not a crisis. Donna Sawyer, On the Record.